Love is a squared circle. The hands that hold are the ones that hurt you. And so we enter the ring, circumspect yet purposeful. Our bodies masterfully crafted for this. Two embattled souls used for practice in this pattern cast in the blueprint of what it means to be human. Passion's pugilist perfected through an over-tested reaction to combat. But to have you, I'd do it all again. But to have you, I'd do it all again. Round one. We come out guarded, because we've both been disarmed, harmed more than once in the past. It's why now we cast askance glances as we dance, us, warriors in romance, around each other with the deftness of feathers. We assess, second guess, step in, then withdraw. Yes, we've been here before, but this is our lifeblood. It's what we fight for. A 30-second interlude, then round two. And like released wild beasts, we collide in arms, had time to size up, but now the floodgates bust under tidal lust, this fight, our primal thrust, just can't get enough of each other. We push and we tug in the florid flurry, in the hot-headed hurry of discovery in one another's body. A brief breather succeeded by round three. And more often than not, proceedings don't even reach this far. Far more familiar with the first flutters sizzle, splutter, fizzle, suffer, die. Now last round's carnal, goes this round farther. My heart carved with your invisible initials, and oh, I feel instinctively I could so easily be scarred by this love. But still I fight eagerly. We fight willingly and freely. A pause too short to form any sort of real thought before round four. We fall out ever hungry, clawing for more, and we're enjoying this. It's what we've always trained for. Now we reap what we sow, our hearts all aglow in the zenith of the best bits, the fun and the sex bits. Time spent not with you drips through painfully slow. Catch our breath, wipe the sweat from our eyes. Next, it's round five. And finally, I've found you. The spark to the fire in the pit of my soul. Sights eclipsed in the significance of commitment, a future goal. We're sold on the notion of forever together, for as both were told in songs of old, love must hold more than what we've known before. Thus, wrapped up in the moment, motivation is cloaked. We spar only through rote, with only the ghost of a memory of what we're fighting for. We sit for half a minute, then into round six. The air is thick with our sweat as it drips down our slick skin and irritation prickles within. We tire, but dig in. It's perhaps the first time in this match that the cracks show, that a slack jab's thrown, rows over things that don't matter. There's a passing thought we might like this fight over. But the thought passes, then we're back to grappling. It's the path that's been chosen for us both long ago. A seated, fleeting reprieve, and then we're staring down round seven's demons. Same old ghosts from before. And they gnaw at our core, causing faith to abjure. You're paranoid, I'm insecure. Always think round the corner, start to sink, doubt we're falling. Trust calls in its debt. To go forward must let go of all we suspect, and that feeling of being inadequate, lest we forget that those afraid of defeat are really scared of success. And what a mess, my dear. We fought so hard to get here, yet still we're beset by our fears. Seal our cuts, spit out blood, struggle up to confront round eight, where we manoeuvre against each other with repulsive magnetic force. We push away from each other, causing us to resort back to the life we knew before we moved in unison. And though I see you most nights in our bed, we lie lost in the zones in our head, growing distant, alone. Our motives in making this match metamorphose for us both into something we can no longer know. Time in our corners for a rest that barely registers. Next round 9. Not sure how we came to this. Who to blame for this? From the gold rush of lost love, now just stuff, all too much. Felt so strong at the start when we had hope in our hearts we might survive this unscathed, but the sores, scabs and scars mark our skin in love stains. Now we stand here lamenting. When did it all change? We stagger back to a hazy hiatus, then round 10, and here we go again. chaotic, hypnotic, despotic. Oh, love, you had my heart gripped, but I want it. I'll let my guards slip, but I'll fix it. We zip up our emotions, take back what we lent, detach our devotions in advance of the end. Spent, vagrant ghosts gone astray. It's the same every day, the way we go through the motions, make a stranger of a once noble opponent. Mauled up and haunted, we pause in exhaustion before round 11. And if we don't fix up something soon, we could lose this. How could we do this? Recall when all we used to do was pure and simple bliss, how the static tickled our skin when we used to kiss. And reminiscing like this ignites a fresh round of fervour to search for what it is we were earlier. A resurgent burst of energy from the kernel of our reserves to give it one last shot. Give it all we have got. And for a moment we dare to hope we might yet make it. But our arms are led, our strength is shed, the fighting is faded, might as well face it, there's nothing left of us that's worth saving. We rest with no respite. And at the sound of the bell for round 12, we force ourselves upright for the final exchange of blows, and God knows it's the last thing we want to do. We no longer care who will lose or who wins, for everything ends that begins. And every love is a war where every touch becomes sore. Sure, we're both sorry sights now, and we've silenced the crowd. But how many rounds ago should we have thrown in the towel? Love is a squared circle. The hands that hold are the ones that hurt you. We lurch out of the ring, worn and used, awed, confused. But to have you, I'd do it all again. But to have you, I'd do it all again. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.